KEYC News Now to Go is sponsored by River's Edge Hospital and Clinic. People caring for people.
Moments like these make life worth living. River's Edge Hospital and Clinic is your partner in taking control of your own health. Take your steps towards a lasting tomorrow. River's Edge Hospital.
Hello, good morning, and happy Monday. Thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jerk. In a few minutes, I'll be joined by Chief Meteorologist Shawn with a look at today's forecast and the hot week ahead. We start with local news. We have an update on a house fire in Sleepy Eye. We're learning now the names of some of the people who were hurt. This happened around 7 o'clock Thursday morning on 3rd Avenue Northeast. When authorities arrived, 2 people were helping those inside get out of the house, which was engulfed. Police say 29-year-old Katie Rybin of Sleepy Eye is in critical condition, with extensive burns and smoke inhalation. Her 3-year-old son is still in the hospital. 4 others, including 56-year-old Mindy Rybin and 3 children ages 11, 8, and 6, were treated and released from the Sleepy Eye Medical Center. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. With the fishing opener over the weekend and warmer temperatures, you're likely to see a lot more boats on Minnesota roads. Boating and fishing are dominant activities here in Minnesota, which significantly contribute to the state's economy. Breaking down some of the numbers, according to the DNR, fishing is a $4.4 billion industry in Minnesota, with people spending $5.9 billion on angling-related expenses, such as trips, equipment, and licenses. Fishing in the Gopher State also supports 28,000 jobs. DNR officials say 1.7 million people fish in Minnesota, proving that outdoor recreation in our unique natural spaces continues to grow as a driver of economic activity here.
Fishing has a really important economic impact in Minnesota, part of a greater outdoor recreation economy that is $13.5 billion in Minnesota. So that's a huge impact.
The DNR says Minnesota has 11,842 lakes that are 10 or more acres in size, 4,500 are which considered fishing lakes. Olmsted and Mower counties are only 2 of 4 counties in the entire state that don't have any natural lakes, but the agency says the region is still a great place to cast a line.
Trout, and down in the southeast it can be the Mississippi River, but we also have the Zumbro, the Root, which are excellent fisheries, and that can be for walleyes, that can be for smallmouth bass, and it can be for our native rough-fish. There are just such a variety of opportunities.
According to the DNR, Minnesota has made it a priority to invest in outdoor recreation and infrastructure to create accessible opportunities for residents and visitors, and is committed to continuing that success. A reminder, you need to buy a fishing license if you are 16 years or older. In some world news, U.S. and Chinese officials say they've reached an agreement to significantly reduce tariffs. The announcement follows the marathon negotiations over the weekend. Experts say the U.S. and global economies urgently needed the sides to de-escalate. They say prices are rising for American consumers and inventory shortages are imminent. Amy Kiley has more.
A tremendous amount is at stake for the U.S. and the global economy.
The U.S. and China say they'll temporarily reduce the tariffs they added to each other's imports starting Wednesday. In a joint statement, they say they'll each cut them by 115 percentage points for 90 days. The countries say they're committing to ongoing trade talks during that time. The announcement comes after officials spent the weekend negotiating in Switzerland. The U.S. economy is reeling from President Donald Trump's 145% tariff hike on many Chinese imports and China's retaliation. Goldman Sachs now predicts a key inflation gauge effectively will double by year's end. The National Retail Federation forecasts at least a 20% drop in U.S. imports year over year in the second half of 2025.
We have right now no ships leaving China for the West Coast. That's the first time we've seen that since the COVID pandemic. We are hearing retailers talk about empty store shelves within weeks.
Experts say negotiating the finer details of trade deals can take months or years. They say implementation also requires time.
The global economy is not a light switch. You can't just turn off and off the U.S.-China economic relationship and then expect there's not going to be some short-circuiting.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Now here's First Alert Chief Meteorologist Shawn Cable will look at your warm forecast. Good morning, Shawn.
Good morning, good morning. It is Monday. Great to have you with us today. Caitlin is off, Shawn Cable here, and we are going to be dealing with more of the same again today, tomorrow, even into Wednesday. This hot, dry trend is going to continue, and of course, this is not a humid Florida tropical kind of heat. We are dealing with Phoenix, Arizona type heat, and with the low humidity, the warm temperatures, the wind, and still a lot of dead, dry vegetation left over from winter. That means an elevated grassland fire danger risk today, tomorrow, even into Wednesday. And by Thursday, our pattern's going to begin to change a bit. But for now, take this seriously. We saw yesterday there was a big fire over by Granite Falls. We're going to continue to see that potential again today. So be aware, red flag warning for fire danger today. That fire index is going to be in the 4 to 5 range, which is pretty high. So just take it easy. Be careful with anything fire related. Don't burn. And this is one of those situations where there likely will not be any prescribed or planned fires. So if you see something, report it. That's a crucial thing. So as we go through the day, temperatures are going to continue to warm. The wind gusts will push that 20 to 30 range. It will be windier further west. Once you get out toward U.S. Highway 59 or even west of 71, we're talking 30, possibly even 35 mile per hour wind gusts at times. And when you get a fire that starts, that wind will cause it to spread very quickly. And this trend, like I said, is going to continue. Tuesday, 89, Wednesday, 88. By Thursday, we're going to start to cool down, and then into the weekend, our temperatures are actually going to drop below average. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, mid-60s, and further north, it could be even colder. We may be in the lower 60s in some places by later this week. So this summer-like May is not going to last forever. One of the other things that will happen as part of that transition is that we will have a few showers and thunder showers, a couple of isolated strong to severe storms on Wednesday, especially once you get out toward Marshall and Worthington, possibly over to Spencer, Okoboji area. And then we will see a few more thunderstorms on Thursday. A couple of those could be severe as well. This is not going to be a huge severe weather outbreak, but definitely something to keep an eye on. And the weather team will be watching. We will let you know if anything develops here as we make our way into the weekend. The other thing is that we are going to change our pattern up a little bit. Look at this, our 8 to 14-day outlook, below average temperatures for the 20th through the 26th of May. And this is good news. I know we still have a lot of crops that are in and haven't had any water to this point. So we are going to see a little bump, slightly above average precipitation as we make our way through the extended period as well. So a lot of good news there. Temperatures are going to be in the 80s, around 87 today, 89 tomorrow, 88 on Wednesday. The wind will be gusty, south 20 to 25, gusting to 30 here both today, tomorrow, even into Wednesday. A chance of thunderstorms Wednesday night, and then into Thursday, we start to change things up. By the time we hit the weekend, our highs are going to be back into the 60s. Should be fairly pleasant, but definitely cooler by late this week.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Shawn, and thanks for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website. And don't be forgetting to download the free KEYC News and Weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.